It's a big bad world out there with a lot of big people trying to get to you. If you have to be above them, then you will also have to upgrade yourself and you have to reach new heights, and that cannot be done in one giant leap. If you do that, you might fall. You have to take gradual steps, and the Suzuki GSX-S750 could be one of those gradual steps to help you get up to the higher cc motorcycles. This is a 750cc motorbike. It's a street fighter essentially, but does it feel at home on the BIC? So this is Suzuki's latest contender in the 750cc segment, and this is being produced in India, which means that is going to be good news for the price of this bike, and I'm going to talk more about that later on. But for now, let's dive into what this bike has to offer. This is a naked bike and it is one beast of a looker. The tank is quite wide, maybe a little too wide for my liking, but it is quite big and bulky. Gives a very brawny looking feel to it. The headlamp is, well, slightly simple, and so is the tail lamp, but it's nothing ugly. Trust me when I say this side profile is perhaps the best angle to look at the GSX-S750. The rising design, which goes from there till this portion, is really exciting to look at. It is quite a stunner from the side. For what it loses on the front and the back, it pretty much makes up on the side. And also on the side, you get this big bulky engine, and the build quality, top notch. Yes, there are some marks of weldings here and there, but at least the build quality is quite in place, and Suzuki needs a pat on their back for that. And this black and blue color scheme that I have is personally my favorite. You also have a red colored one, but I like my blue better. For seating, you get split seats, and while riding, even though it's quite comforting, it's still not the best cushion in the business. After long hours of riding, you might feel some amount of uneasiness. Also, the tank, as I said, I would have liked it if it was a little slimmer. The LCD instrument panel borrowed from the GSX-S1000 displays a lot of things like the speedometer, tachometer, time, fuel level, range, traction control mode, gear position, dual trip meters, and an odometer as well. Needless to say, the instrument panel is quite legible, and even under the harsh sun, I was easily able to make out the digits on screen. So that right there is the 750cc 4-cylinder engine powering the new GSX-S750, and Suzuki has tuned it so that it produces more power than before. So now you get about 112 or 113 odd horsepower that come in at 10,500 RPM, while the peak torque of 81 Newton meters will come about at 9,000 RPM. The engine of course comes mated to a 6-speed transmission. While the gears are smooth and the clutch light, I could not help but miss the sliver clutch on this bike while riding on the track, although that would hardly be something that you would miss on city streets. Since we were on the both international circuit, we did get to test it out quite a lot on the long stretches. The bike reaches 100 kilometers per hour in a jiffy, and I even managed to reach a speed of 220 kilometers an hour, but then the wind, well, it took the better of me, so I had to slow down. But when the corners came, the bike was quite ready to stop and was very confident, and that is thanks to the standard ABS fitment on this bike. You also get 3 levels of traction control along with the ability to completely switch it off, which comes very handy. If you are quite an experienced rider, then you can ride at, say, the first level, which means that you will get minimum amount of intrusion. If you are somewhat new, then you can switch on to 2, and if you are riding in a rainy condition where the road is wet or you have slush, then you can switch to the highest level, that is the 3rd level. The suspension setup is provided by Kayaba, and you get 41mm inverted forks up front and a monoshock at the rear, both preload adjustable. The suspension setup was stiff enough for the track, but my guess is that it won't be the smoothest when going over bad and bumpy roads. So this right here that you see is the Bridgestone Battle Axe S21 17-inch tire, which provides a very good grip on the track. Now, since this is a track, we did not have any tricky situations where we had wet tarmac, so I did not get to test it to the fullest. But for the time that I rode it, I was quite satisfied with the performance of both the tires, and I have no complaints in that section. Another thing that I really loved about the bike was how easily and confidently I could lean into corners despite the bike's heavy weight. Maintaining a speed of 150 to 160 km an hour is also very easy, and vibrations only start to creep in at higher revs. Now that all is said and done and I've ridden the new GSX-S750, what do I think about it? Well, I think it is a very solid product, it's a very useful product, and it has the potential to be my new favorite mid-sized street fighter naked bike. And if you've seen our videos, you would know that my previous favorite was, and still kind of is, the Street Triple from Triumph. I would definitely love to have both the bikes together with me and go head on head with each other to fight it out for my favorite 750cc bike. It does have a few shortcomings and a few things that I did not like that much, but then I would say nothing in this world is perfect. But you know how you can make this video perfect is by dropping a like. And if you have any questions, do comment and share this video with your friends. Until the next time, this is Aakash signing off. Bye bye.